Hello there and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Today we'll continue on Let's Play. This is episode 32. In today's episode we are taking a look at the unique stunt jumps for the West Island. One thing worth bearing in mind is we're not going to be looking at all of these stunt jumps for the West Island, Marina and Starfish Island, because 3 of them can only be unlocked after completing the final mission of the film asset, so you'll see those in the film asset missions. So, as usual, I would recommend a PCJ 600 motorcycle, and our first 2 jumps take us into the marina on the East Island, because of course this gate is not opened up until you gain access to the West Island. So simply these 2 jumps are just wooden ramp jumps onto each section of the marina here. Make sure to keep your speed up, they are back to back. And definitely make sure not to fall into the water. As you can see there, I failed because I didn't quite get a run up. I just tried to brake for some reason, going from ramp 18 to 19, but that time round I just kept the throttle pinned, which is what you should do, and then you'll gain both of them in quick succession. As you can see, $1,900 for the stunt jump. You get $100 for each stunt jump, plus $100 for every stunt jump that you had completed before. So by the end of this, where you've got all 36 stunt jumps, you will gain $3,600 from these stunt jumps. Anyways, here is where you can get a PCJ 600 motorcycle on the West Island easily at the Howling Pete's Biker Emporium. Simply go ahead, smash the east side window to that, and you will gain access to this motorcycle. If it's not there, just simply go around the block and then come back, although this vehicle also spawns in traffic relatively frequently. Jump number 20 is in downtown on this stairway near the ammunition. We of course see this stunt jump during a biker mission, but you can do it at any time as I did, and it is a pretty straightforward one, probably one that you've done before casually without even really paying attention. Jump number 21 is a little bit more hidden. This one involves a bit of a run up towards a wooden ramp, as you can see, sort of going through this back area on top of some cargo crates, and then simply just ramp across to this next building and either land on the street below or face plant into the billboard. That also works, and that's the way that I managed to do it. I was quite surprised that worked. These have pretty generous landing zones, unlike the ones on the East Island, so I actually much preferred these stunt jumps on this island. Jump number 22, another wooden ramp in Little Haiti. This one also requires a run up, and your goal here is to land on either one of these buildings or just simply jump down to the street below. I believe you can land on that building with the pink roof, although I'm not too sure. I landed on the one with the cream roof, and again, if you clear both buildings, that also counts as a successful jump. Jump number 23, once again in Little Haiti, once again with a wooden ramp, and you are jumping over this sort of underground sanitation system. Simply jump over towards the paint spray, and your goal here is to land on the roof of the paint spray. You won't be able to do that in any vehicle that isn't a PCJ 600. No vehicle quite possesses the acceleration good enough to go ahead and get up there. Jump number 24, probably the most awkward one to find on the Western Island, is in Little Havana. It requires you to go quite a few little different ramps in order to get it. So you come down this alleyway here in Little Havana, go up towards this ramp that allows access to this roof, then up this ramp, and then your final ramp is next to the stadium billboard. And your goal here is to simply jump across to the other side of the street. Pretty straightforward. Kind of strange that it wasn't that ramp as the final ramp, but I guess I'm happier that it isn't, because that ramp, obviously you can see I hit the billboard there, which would be something that would be kind of awkward to clear. Jump number 25 takes us to the airport, where we're going to be staying for quite a while, for quite a few of these jumps, and this one involves going up the inside of this billboard with the wave on it. You can see the little ramp there. Simply jump across here, and your goal here is to land on the terminal roof. Once you've gained access to the terminal roof, as we've detailed in the last few episodes, there are packages and a rampage up here. But of course, since we got to those with a helicopter, that's the easiest way to get up there, I find, although you can of course use the stunt jump. Jump number 26 is up a Stairport aircase going towards this police building that isn't actually a police building. Simply land on the east corner of its roof, and you will have that stunt jump completed. I hope you get used to seeing those airport stair sets, because they will be the main focus of the next several unique stunt jumps. Jump number 27 involves using an airport staircase to clear the aeroplane walkway here. I believe this is the easternmost sort of carriageway towards the planes. Simply jump over that and you will get your $2,700. If you go all the way back around, you will eventually come across another airport stairway, and guess what the goal is this time round? Your goal is to clear another walkway. Yeah, taxiway, whatever. This one is also on the east side, and you're simply just using a staircase which you probably drove past last time in order to hit that one. It's pretty straightforward. Also keep an eye on your bike's durability at this point, because the last thing you want to do is be stranded in the middle of the airport with no vehicle. And finally, the west walkway also gets some loves as we use a airport staircase to jump over once again and clear it. This is probably the coolest I've ever looked completing a unique stunt jump, because the bike was on fire. Simply dive off that, as I did, and now I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere without a motorcycle, but at least I've got $2,900 for my trouble. Ramp number 30 is not an airport staircase, instead it's sort of this taller taxi ramp thing. Just simply go ahead and go towards the taller one, and your goal here is to land it in the car park next to the airport. Pretty straightforward. This car park we've seen quite a few times for hidden packages, but yeah, you're finally using it for good, landing in there. Ramp number 31 is using a marker to jump over this radar style building thing. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm terribly sorry, I've forgotten all of my terminology in the last week. Simply use that to jump over there. You don't necessarily have to clear that particularly. You can go another way around in order to avoid the building, but either way, as long as you land on the other side of it, you are fine. Ramp number 32 is an airport stairway in the middle of nowhere, sort of near this radar, although you don't have to go anywhere near the actual radar in terms of clearing it. Simply jump over to the other side, just beyond the grass, and you will get your $3,200. And our final stunt jump for today takes us to Starfish Island, where we're going to have to go through several gardens. This one's kind of hard to get to, and unless you get the exact steps in this video, you probably won't have noticed it before. Simply go down this back alleyway, use this gateway to get across to here. You can see the stunt jump just behind us. Get through this other gate in order to give yourself a little bit of a run up into this person's garden, and now you are aiming for the stair set here towards this person's house. Simply try not to brush the house, jump over this garden into the next garden, and that'll be your $3,300, and that is 33 stunt jumps out of 36 completed. As mentioned previously, all 3 of the other stunt jumps will be covered in the film asset missions, so join us for those, and they're actually coming up next time round, because we're finally done with Act 3 of the game, and we can move on to Act 4, so that should be exciting. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a farewell.
You know the sorrow that my heart holds in, knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going.